Hi, this is Julie Jara from New Frequency Healing. I had a client last week who had a very deep experience in a distance healing. And afterwards, she said to me, "Well, how does the healing find me?" She didn't understand it. And I thought a lot of people probably have that same question. So, first of all, how do we do a distance healing? So first of all, we've made an appointment. You've contacted me and we schedule an appointment. Usually then at that time, I give you a call and make sure you're ready and check if you've got any questions before we start. Then we hang up the phone and I work with you in the session. I ask you to find a place where you can relax, you won't be disturbed. I work with you exactly as if I'm there with you working. Now, I could be anywhere in the world. You could be anywhere in the world. It doesn't make any difference. But we hang up the phone, I work with you, and then I usually call and debrief afterwards to ask what your experience was. Now, that's how we normally do it, but sometimes people prefer that I just text them when I start. Other times we don't even have to have a timing. The timing does not matter, and we'll go into that at a different time. That's a whole other subject, but usually that's how I do it. So how do the frequencies find you when I'm doing that healing? I believe it is about the intention. So you have made a decision that you either need or want to have a healing. We've made a commitment. So you've taken action, you've contacted me, we've made an agreement and a commitment to that healing. I've said I'll do this and you've said you'll do that. And this makes that connection. That's how I think it actually finds the person. It finds you and, not your neighbor or someone else. Because it's sort of like we are all connected. You have to understand that we are all connected. We're working beyond the physical day-to-day world when we're doing this healing. It's frequency, vibration, energy. And it's not just the physical. I'm me and you're you over there. We're all part of the family of planet Earth. So I'm holding the frequency healing. But it's important to realize I don't actually do the healing. I'm holding the frequencies, but I hold the space for you to have your healing, and I allow God, the universe, spirit, higher intelligence, whatever you'd like to call it, I allow it. So when I do this, it's like I can feel something there. I know it's very real, and I know that my clients feel it when we do the frequencies. Some people have amazing, huge experiences. Some people have small experiences, but in however it works for you, we do know. Look, I've been doing this for nearly 20 years now, so definitely know that it works. At the end, I've got a little story where we did a demonstration of this, so I'll share that right at the end. So in another part to this is in the spiritual world that we're working, time and space don't exist. It's kind of like, have you ever thought about someone and then you run into them in the street? Or you think about, or the phone rings and you know who's on the end of the phone. It's like the thought has come, or that you've felt their energy before you actually physically meet with them. And that shows you that this is kind of a different way of thinking than the normal. Okay, for some people it's very normal. For me, it's quite normal. But time, sometimes the healing starts before the session. Sometimes I've had clients who say they feel it started and they've had the healing already before they even come in for the session. Other times the healing happens overnight, or other times your life path just seems to change and you end up going on a different path than what you thought you were going on. So the time it's like as soon as we make that agreement for the healing, the energy begins and the healing starts. So what can you do to optimize a healing session? You come in already knowing why you've come. You've made that decision and you already know that. So what you need to do then is to let go of that and allow whatever shows up to show up. And very often there are body registers. There are ways that you can feel it. You might have impressions, dreams, senses, heat, cold, a cool breeze. A lot of people have that coming in, but whatever way, allow it to unfold in the way it needs to. And you need to have trust that you have made the right decision to come in for a healing, that it's like believing in yourself, that if you've received an inspiration or information that is going to be for you, you need to trust that you're on that right path. You need to trust the practitioner. So, usually when I work with someone, we've already developed a bit of a relationship. We've either spoken by email or on phone, or text messages, like we've had that interaction. And so you know a little bit about who I am. I know a little bit about who you are. And we need to trust also the universal laws, that once you've made that commitment, you've started a process. So there's one more part to this. If you've asked for a healing for a loved one or a friend, I ask you then to step back. We still do the healing exactly the same, but maybe I let you know I've started the healing instead of them if they don't know it's happening. And if you're having a healing for an animal, it's the same, because they don't know it's happening. Maybe you're one of those people that go and tell them Auntie Julie's about to go do a healing for you. Whether they understand that or not, who knows? But they don't know they're having a healing. You might have a relative who doesn't know they're having a healing. So what we do, you've made that commitment. I work with them the same way I work with you, but we allow spirit to do the work, and then we both need to step back and allow the outcome to be what it is. We can't be there going, I need it to, I want them to be this way. No, we can't do that. We can offer a healing, but we need to step back and allow them, because their spirit will make that decision. And I find it's very interesting, because sometimes someone will have a partner who's not interested in this sort of work, doesn't believe in it, doesn't want a healing, and yet the person feels they could benefit. So we offer the healing, we step back. Very often they do have a healing, and that's just amazing that it does. So now the story is about a dog. So I had a client, I went to see and did a healing for their dog. And I happened to mention that I have a practitioner training coming up. I was about to go meet with a small group, maybe about 10 practitioners, and do some mentoring and training. The client actually suggested, what if we get on the phone and we do a distance healing for the dog while she talks on the phone and reports on the registers that are happening. Now, when we do a healing, there are very often we observe registers. The eyes go into rapid eye movement. There's a different breathing pattern. Sometimes there's movements in the face. For an animal, you often see movements in the body, in the legs and other places. And so they're the registers. And when she suggested that, I thought, well, why not? Let's try it. So in the mentoring class, I had told everyone what we were going to do, called the client, and I don't remember if it was me or one of the other practitioners who did the healing, but we did the healing. We just started the frequencies with the animal, and the owner was there just observing, and she started to say, well, his eyes have gone into a rapid eye movement. His eyes are moving, his whiskers are twitching, face twitching, nose, and was exactly with what I was doing. There was a different breathing. That's right. There was a different, like a palpitation type breathing. It tends to affect the breathing. We go into it as if you're in a deep sleep having dreams. And so the animal was having that while we were doing the healing. And the important part is that the owner said, no, that's not normal. What the doggy was doing was very different to normal. It doesn't normally have those things happen when it's sleeping. And so we could see how a distance healing actually shows up in registers. So that was pretty cool. So I hope this has answered some of the questions of how the healing works. It still is kind of a mystery because we're kind of caught up in our material world. But once we start to delve into the world of spirit, we start to have things happen that when they happen once or twice, you sort of might wonder what's going on. When they happen hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times, as I have working with people with distance healing, I know I have that confidence in what we're doing, and it helps so many people, so many animals. If you'd like to know more, you could check out my website, juliejara.com. And if you'd like to send me an email, my email address is julie@juliejara.com. Hope to see you soon.